serious, bro? Are we dead ass? My favorite comic book character would hate Ice because all of my favorite comic book characters think exactly like me. Except this is perhaps the worst example you could have possibly chosen. If Ice was like Dr. Doom, maybe we'd actually get something done. This is
what? That's an insane statement.
In 1989, Frank Castle infiltrated Latveria and Doom closed the borders immediately. Some would call that building a wall. Either way, you can believe that your favorite comic book character would hate Ice, but I guarantee that that would be because they themselves think that they could do a way better job at it. Which is why, yes, if we all lived on some fantasy world like Earth 616, Ice would probably be irrelevant. There would be no need for them because the Punisher would single-handedly end child trafficking at the southern border himself. Unfortunately, we live in reality. We can't be serious, bro.
Yo, what the fuck did I just listen to? I just listened to a video of a black man, defend Dr. Doom and even say that society would be better if it was ruled like Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom 100% would not support ICE. Let me tell you why he would not. Dr. Doom does rule Latveria with an iron fist. He may not like outsiders. People like him fail to acknowledge the injustice that ICE is doing to people. ICE is literally murdering American citizens. If Dr. Doom were to find out that ICE, let's just say he deployed ICE in Latveria, if he found out that his ICE was murdering his own citizens in Latveria, Doom would be pissed. And even on top of that, you think Punisher? Come on, man. Come on, bro. I want to say thank you all so much for the overwhelming support that I received in my last video where I talked about Marvel rival characters with their support ICE. Thank you all so much for all that support I got. Again, this is not really a political channel. Sometimes I may do videos that may touch on the topic of politics, but I feel like in the current world and what's happening right now, it's always nice for you guys to be able to know which creators is on your side, the side of the actual people. And I wanted you guys to know that I would never switch up. I would never become, I guess, a villain in this case and decide to support a cause that literally is murdering us, me and you. But you guys wanted me to do DC. So I wanted to pretty much only cover the main Justice League members that we're all familiar with. Some of these guys right here I just didn't want to cover because I can just say that for another video for another day. And then some of these guys I also just don't remember. Funny enough though, I actually watched this Justice League series if I was younger. But some of these characters we'll save for another video for another day. But they're going to talk about this. Would these DC characters support ICE? Last time when I did the Marvel Rivals video, I saved Punisher for the very end since it was controversial about would Punisher support him or not. Superman, I guess, is on the same tier as controversial as Punisher, but we're going to get him out the way first. No, Superman would not fucking support ICE. Anyone who believes that Superman would support ICE is, they're going to have to do a Bikram yoga stretch to be able to justify the symbol of hope justifying ICE. Superman himself is an illegal immigrant, okay? I'm pretty sure he will understand better than a lot of people what that's like. And no, again, I want to say this first, just in case you guys skip the intro. A major problem that a lot of these, I can't even say right wing, I can't even say conservative, I can't even say MAGA. At this point, I just gotta say pieces of shit. The problem that a lot of these pieces of shit don't understand is, I guess they see it from a surface level to where they're just like, ICE has job, ICE do job, and it's not that fucking. Well, actually no. The simple, you know what? I'm getting mad talking about it. The problem is that ICE is harming people, innocent people, too many American citizens, and even if it wasn't American citizens, even if it was undocumented immigrants, ICE is murdering people, okay, and doing all different type of horrible atrocities. Like I said earlier in the video, an ICE agent helped a woman in custody and raped her in order for her to see her kids. You think Superman is going to support that? Fuck out of here. In Superman original comics, he was fighting against, I don't know if I can say the word, Yahtzees. He was fighting against Yahtzees in his original comics. No, Superman would. I seen a video of some guy going on a blabber about why Superman would support ICE. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even think he believes that. But no, Superman would not support ICE. Hot Girl, fuck no. Hot Girl would not support ICE. Let me tell you something. You want to know something fun about Hot Girl? If y'all seen the Superman movie, do you remember that scene where Hot Girl was flying down the hallway screaming with that malice? That was terrifying. Can you imagine a woman with gigantic bird wings and a malice screaming at you, flying towards you full speed? Yeah, imagine that, but the point of view being Ice, yeah, she's not going for any of that shit at all, bro. Let's just keep it a bean. Aquaman. Okay, and one of Aquaman's comic book origins. I don't know if this shit got And one of comic books, one of his comic origins. I don't know if it got retcon or not, but whenever he discovered the lost city of Atlantis, there was actually I can never pronounce this word. I cannot pronounce the word. I have a hard time pronouncing it. But just know that one of his comic book origins, the lost city of Atlantis, was a very ruled and dictator society, and Aquaman did not fuck with that at all. A society that is probably very similar to the type of shit Ice is doing, and he did not fuck with that shit at all. And that was one of his comic book origins. So no, Aquaman would not fuck with Ice. Hell no. Batman. Okay, by now we should all know Batman's character. Batman is a character who completely tries to fight for justice. If you haven't played any Arkham games, if you haven't seen the TV series, if you haven't seen movies, the kind of shit that Batman does to criminals in Gotham is kind of insane. Sometimes I gotta question Batman on, is he really even a hero? Well, technically he's kind of a vigilante, but it's same shit. Now, some people are trying to twist his character and be like, oh, well, you know, these illegal aliens are raping people and blah 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 blah. And which, listen, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say that those cases probably aren't real. There may be cases where that actually is true. However, that does not justify the injustice that ICE is doing. You see, again, I can't say right wing, I can't say MAGA, I gotta call them pieces of shit. Okay, they feel like that if someone does it wrong, then that gives them the complete authority to do something even worse, and it doesn't. So again, if these cases are true, so where you do have these undocumented immigrants committing crimes, that does not give ICE the authority to murder these people. It does not. Okay, so no, Batman still would not support ICE, not at all. As a matter of fact, I want to say this too. Okay, in the Injustice timeline, to where you can say Superman became a dictator and decided to rule the world with an iron fist, guess who was the number one person who was against that shit? Come on now. Come on. You know the answer. Martian Manhunter. Are you trying to wait, hold on. Are you trying to ask the question about would an alien support ICE agents arresting? Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. There's some things you should know. Wonder Woman. Okay, listen. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Because I know, unfortunately, there's going to be some pieces of shit that's gonna watch this video. They're probably steaming right now. They're probably steaming. They're mad as fuck watching this video. What do you mean Superman wouldn't support ICE? Listen, for the guys who are watching this video who are pieces of shit, don't subscribe to me, leave. But if you are still watching this, the only version of Wonder Woman that would even come close to supporting ICE would be the Injustice Wonder Woman, because she was slopping and globbing and hobbing. Oh, Superman, bro. She was glazing Superman in the Injustice timeline. But that is the Injustice timeline Wonder Woman. And the Injustice writers did Wonder Woman's character dirty. First of all, Wonder Woman comes from the Amazonian tribe. They don't like men. They don't like women. Now, of course, Wonder Woman is different than the rest of her Amazonian counterparts, but that's just one thing to mention. So that definitely would give her fuel to not want to like ICE, since they're pretty much mainly just male agents. But no, she wouldn't support ICE agents. Honestly, Diana's character, regular character, is the polar opposite from what she was in the Injustice timeline. The Injustice writers was pretty bad at writing Wonder Woman's character. But no, Wonder Woman would not stand for any of that shit. And like I said earlier, bro, one of the cores of Wonder Woman's character is women empowerment. I'm gonna say this for a third time. An ICE agent raped a woman to allow her to see her children. You think Wonder Woman, a character who was created for women's empowerment, is going to support that shit? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, why would you think that she would support ICE? No. Maybe if it was Injustice Wonder Woman, and I probably would still say no. But no, Wonder Woman would not support fucking ICE. John Stewart. So some people are going to try to use the fact, oh, he was in the military. He was in the military. Let me tell you something. If I remember, I'm sorry. One last thing too I want to say about Wonder Woman. I'm sorry. Wonder Woman also in her original comics was fighting Nazis. So, but anyways, John Stewart, he was in the military. That doesn't mean shit. But second of all, he, if I remember correctly, he was disobeying orders whenever he was in the military. See, a lot of people have this misunderstanding that characters who deal with the military or anything like that, they are blinded and are obligated and are loyal to the law. These characters, at least the ones who are heroes, they do not follow the law. They follow what is good. And Jon Stewart, if I'm not mistaken, went against military orders to do what was right. So I know people can try to spin it and be like, he was in the military, he followed. No, he would not. No, he would not. No, the fuck he would not. Okay. No. Don't ever disrespect my girl like that ever again, bro. Okay. Also, I'm gonna keep on saying this every single time we talk about lanterns. I want to be a lantern so bad. Oh my, if I can be a lantern, oh my god, bro. Listen, growing up, I always said I wanted to be a blue lantern because my favorite color was blue. And I found out the blue lanterns are kind of like supports. Really, they really ain't a bitch ass thing without the green lanterns around. I'll probably be a green lantern, but if I can have the green lantern constructs but have that bitch be blue, boy, y'all wouldn't stop me. Boy, I would probably create me like a sex toy with it. No, I'm gonna save that conversation for TikTok. Green Arrow. Listen, I know Green Arrow can be a dick sometimes. But no, Green Arrow would not fucking support ICE. No, nigga. The Flash. No. I'm trying to like think of a reason why you even think that. I'm trying to dig deep here. Reverse Flash, maybe. Well, if it involved ruining Barry Allen's life, maybe. But the actual Flash, fuck no, he would not support ICE. Supergirl, yeah, the same exact gist as fucking Superman. No. Dr. Fate. I'm trying to, if I'm not mistaken, when he has that helmet on, he's pretty much just Nabu at that point. Well, no, he's not completely Nabu. It's like he's like a shared consciousness serum of Nabu. But then you have to ask the question: would Nabu even support ICE? In which, no, Nabu doesn't really give that much of a fuck about humankind, to be honest with you, except for Dr. Fate. But no, Dr. Fate would not fucking support ICE. Him nor Nabu would, even though Nabu really give that much of a fuck about human life. But Zatanna, hang on, let me like dig deep here, try to find a reason why people would even think that she would support ICE. Yeah, no, I can't think of it. No, because sometimes you gotta dive into the mindset of these people. And you gotta ask, what makes you think that they would support ICE? And I don't know what they would possibly say in Zatanna's case. No. Black Canary, no. Black Canary will scream "fuck ICE" and right then and there. Shazam is a child with a grown man's body. He got that reverse Benjamin Button going on. Since he's a child, he doesn't really understand a whole lot about what's going on, but he is heroic at heart. So for him, he's going to see it at pretty simple surface value about their bad guys, and just yeah, that's about it. You know, one of the few times having a child, his mindset works. Mr. Terrific. Here's the thing, right? So I'm going to break this down pretty simple. Okay. Most of the people who do support ICE are going to be right-wing MAGA supporters, okay? If you look at the statistical data, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're stupid. They're dumb, okay? When you look at the people who are against ICE and who are against MAGA, they are more educated. In the 2024 election, I forgot, I think it was Delaware who was the #1 state in education, and that was all blue. And you look at Oklahoma, who at the time was ranked last in education, it was all red for MAGA and Trump. Mr. Terrific is one of the smartest minds in DC. He is smart enough to be able to understand the bullshit injustice going on. So no, he is too smart. But real talk though, like do some research on it. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but MAGA's dumb. They're fucking dumb. I mean that's obvious, right? But you know. I think it's more of a discussion about conservatives and like right wing media and shit like that. I like how they didn't have a picture for Plastic Man, so they just put a fucking text of Plastic Man. No, Plastic Man was a criminal before he turned to Plastic Man. Well, I don't know if that's his actual comic book origin, but I know in that one Batman TV series, what's it called? The Batman Booty Balls and Bow Beyond, that one right there. He was a criminal before he became Plastic Man. So Plastic Man is capable of seeing life through multiple layers, not just one simple, one-dimensional lens. So no plastic. Also, not to mention the fact of in the Injustice timeline, Plastic Man was against Superman's tyranny. You ever seen that fucking comic book panel where Plastic Man was like pointing towards Superman like this, saying he's a tyrant? Yeah, Plastic Man. Listen, any character that would reject Superman's tyranny in the Injustice timeline will 100% not support ICE. Now, the characters who were with Superman during the Injustice timeline doesn't necessarily mean they would support ICE, because again, that is another universe, there's another timeline, that's different from the mainstream DC continuity. But the ones who did will oppose Superman's tyranny in that continuity just shows that no matter what continuity we're talking about, what timeline we're talking about, they're gonna always be against that shit. No, Plastic Man not support ICE. So the same thing as last time. No, none of these characters will support ICE. Now, again, I say some of these for later because there are DC characters that will support ICE. Spoiler alert: Lex Luthor is going to be in that bitch. You will see Lex Luthor bald headed ass in the front lines of that bitch. Okay, but the main Justice League members, no, they're called the Justice League. Idiot. Why would they fucking support ICE, man? Anyways though, last thing I want to say before I end this video, fuck Nicki Minaj, fuck NBA YoungBoy, who else? Listen, there's a lot of artists out there that express their support for Trump. Fuck all of them. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Why on earth would you believe any superheroes will support ICE? And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Then tell me what helps you too. Why so you see content similar to this one. You gotta subscribe me, I appreciate a lot. And if you didn't, I guess we'll part ways. Either way, God Almighty, keep it easy, and I'm gone. Peace.
That's all it is, man. Leap of faith.